Hey guys, Simply Sando here. Bit of a different video from usual. It's not going to be tech. I don't know if you remember in last video I talked about I'm a chef. Yeah, if you want to see cooking videos, nobody's obviously yeah, whatever. But I just thought, you know what, it's something I'm passionate about. So it's like this. I think the whole point of this channel is to bring forward everything that I am passionate about and I really care about, sort of things. So that's tech, and then cooking is another thing that I am quite passionate about. So today I'm going to, unfortunately not a cooking video because it is midnight. It's taken me all day to fucking finally bother to record the video. It's only just now that I've set everything up and think, yeah, you know what, and for the first time ever I have a table sort of thing in front of me instead of having to position myself over my desk. I'll tell you what though guys, at the moment my computer looks incredible. Let me just swivel you around. I don't know if you know, but I've just got 3080. Look at that setup right now, pretty cool, isn't it? Right, anyways, back to me. So I am going to do a quick video on my knives I use at work. Okay, these are all chef knives, all for cooking, intended for cooking, and that's their purpose. Nothing naughty, nothing bad, nothing whatever. Legal reasons, you know, one of those things. Here you see on my table I have two cases here. This is my brand new case and this is my old case. This has a couple knives in, this has my main bulk of knives in. I'm going to leave a link in the description for as many knives as many of the main knives that I use as possible, and that I possibly, because a few of these have been gifted to me downstairs. I've still got one more downstairs that I haven't got in the case. It's my first, was gifted to me by my boss. The head chef told me, throw away these knives, we don't use them anymore. I thought, you know what, I'm just going to keep one, be cheeky. My boss was like, oh, he told you to throw them away, keep them. I said, yeah, I kept one. And he said, yeah, keep it, add it to your collection. And I thought, thank you very much. Bearing in mind, last year I had my first, no, I've got my first knife 2 years ago, something like that. It was my only knife, and then this year I started off the summer with one knife. Now I've got two, now I've got three, now I've got like 13, and this was at the start of the summer. It's pretty cool. Yeah, so I'm gonna go through everything here for you guys. Let's hope the video ends up good. I'm gonna need to change the battery on this camera and reposition you to a better angle. I just don't know what sort of angle to use. Let's do this. Got my two cases here. I'm gonna go first through the old case here. It's only got two knives in it, nothing spectacular, nothing special. Got my laptop next to me just in case. Yeah, that's it really, innit? Tucked away in here is a small paring knife from Masterclass. Come on camera, I believe it. Yeah, from Masterclass. It's alright, it's sharp, it's a paring knife, but the tip is blunted. Hello. Come on camera, I believe in you. Yeah. Yeah, the tip is blunted from where my flatmates at university were striking it against a very robust phone when I was away, and I got really annoyed at them, and they were like, oh, it's just a knife, da 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 da. And I just noticed the grip is cracked as well. I got really annoyed at them, and they're like, it's just a knife, and I was like, yes, but to a chef it's more than just a knife, you know? And then the second knife is another gift from work. I was just told, we're throwing away the old knives, take them. It's a Victorinox bread knife. It's the knife. It's the knife that we use for everything at work, basically. It's dull a bit now because of the way that we sharpen it at work. It's because it's a breaded on one side. It's a single beveled knife, and when we strike it against the steel, it sort of dulls it. You have to go against every single thing, and my dad did a bit of it, so it's still quite sharp, but that's really it. Well, that's that knife case done. And then this is the new one I just bought recently to go with my knives. And then I got a free knife as well from this website, ProCook. Big up to them. They're actually really good knives, quality knives. So this, bearing in mind I started off this summer with one knife and I've got this many. So I will start from these quick ones here. this end. Oh God, can't even, I have so many knives, the second camera can't even see them all. For God, no. There we are. Yeah, steady, there we go, beautiful. So, I'll just go with here. So I've got my steel. It's not very good steel, unfortunately. I got it, it's a Tesco Finest steel. It's not very good. I prefer sort of those flat oval ones, which are really much better. We've got one at work and one at home here. My dad, but he won't let me take it. I got my thermal probe, useful for checking temperatures and stuff. It does Fahrenheit, Celsius, obviously Celsius because we live in the modern age. It's for checking food because I cook a lot of chicken, so I do need to keep an eye on that. Steaks, I can just tell by prodding them when they're done because I've evolved myself. And then next on the list, this one here. This is a gift from my father. The only knife it's the second knife. First knife he gave me over the summer. I was talking about the terrible fillet knife at work. He said, oh, I'll just take the one from home because, yeah, it's his one. He takes fishing with him. It's an old Normark one. Beautiful, from Finland, handcrafted, leather case. Case is really nice. You gonna focus? No. And then the knife as well. Absolutely lovely, beautiful knife. Look at that. Got a bit engraving. Something Finland, something. Unfortunately, I'm gonna intervene over here with the focus. Unfortunately, the blade itself is chipped, which is a great shame because it's a lovely blade. It's really hard to keep its sharpness, but it's from my father, so I don't feel it that much fish, so it does the job once I sharpen it. Next on the list is my free knife that I got from ProCook when I ordered this case. I was just online and went late at night thinking I'm going to buy a new pair of knives, so I bought the new pair of knife and I just put a random code in, free gift, and I got a free knife for it. It's still dirty from when I used it. I used it really quickly. I didn't actually wipe it down properly. Whoopsie daisy. I chopped some tomatoes with it. We weren't very busy this December. It is very sharp because it's brand new, so I've got to watch my fingers on the edge of it. It's a simple Santoku knife, so it's sort of a multi-purpose veg knife sort of thing. It's got a lovely, nice handle, obviously full tang. It's German steel, and you know it's solid because it doesn't have that tang that goes through it. It's got the lovely dimples on it. I think the dimples help with cutting. I'm not a professional chef after all. Look, it's a lovely handle. The blade is nice and long, and it's got a good. You can really chop with it really nicely, which I really like. Don't know really else to say. It's quite thick on the back, but not as thick as my actual veg knife, which is quite nice. It's a free knife. I wasn't going to complain. Very nice. Next on the list is my Christmas present from my parents this year. It's a Sabatier bread knife. I love this style of handle that it's got. The rounded wooden handle with the end bit there. It's absolutely, I love these handles. Ever since I got this veg knife here, I just can't go away from this. It's a bread knife. I don't really eat bread. I don't personally eat bread, so it's a bit wasted on me because I don't actually eat bread. I'm going to avoid this knife because it's my prized possession. Next is my veg knife, my first one that I bought. It's a Nihon X50 Nakiri knife from ProCook. Again, I've got 1, 2, 3 ProCook knives, and the case is ProCook. Absolutely banging website for any British chefs, and you want some cheap but really good knives, I'd definitely check them out. Beautiful knife. I love the handle. Yet again, that wooden style that I just mentioned. Got a little, if it's gonna focus, hello. Got a lovely little Japanese symbols on the back. It's Japanese steel, so it sounds really good. ProCook, again, it's got the little dimples on the blade for easier cutting. Got a straight edge as opposed to this rounded, pointed out edge that the Santoku, Christ, I can't say it. And the Santoku knife, because it's a Nakiri knife. It's a bit shorter, and it's a little bit more curved, and that really helps you get finer, really like precision cuts on vegetables and stuff. I know it's a bit much, but when you're chefing, you want to be fast, and because I like it the straight edge, I can really chop quite fast with it when I'm chopping onions and stuff like that. It's a lovely knife. I really happy buy with this one. Lovely handle, really comfy grip on it, because it doesn't have, can't remember what it's called, it doesn't have that silly metal bit that kind of sticks out. This one's not bad, but this one's not there at all, and that allows you to get the knife completely down on the board at the bottom, otherwise it blocks you properly. And it's lovely, you can grip it really nicely, chef's grip. Right, that is so annoying. I hope it doesn't mess up the audio recording. Anyways, this Nakiri knife, beautiful. Next is my pairing knife, which is yet again from ProCook. It's Damascus. It's a 66 layer Damascus steel. Absolutely beautiful knife. Look at that. Oh, come on, focus. You know you want to focus on the knife, not me. Look at that. Beautiful 66 layer Japanese steel. X100 series from ProCook. The lovely rounded handle I was talking about with the Nakiri one. Tiny blade, really sharp precision cuts, and the Damascus allows it. That sort of Damascus style I love the look of, because it looks brilliant, and it's a nice knife. I haven't used it yet because we weren't very busy. Next on the list is the chef knife. This one sees a lot of use, and it is my oldest knife. I've had it. It was my first knife I got. It was gifted to me by my friend, Isaac Dundas. Good lad, good lad. And I don't know if you'll be able to see if it will. Fucking hell, mate. I didn't buy a fucking super focus lens. You can see there, it says engraved with OSR, my initials on it. It's all dirty and worn, and you can see the scratches along the edges. It's been the amount of times it's been sharpened. It's a Victorinox, so it's really high quality Swiss or German steel, Swiss steel, that's it. Absolutely brilliant knife, big, gets me allowed to do a lot of chopping. It was my first ever knife, and you know what, I absolutely adored it. It's razor sharp, still has its edge, and the handle's beautiful rosewood handle. It's gone through a dishwasher twice. Fucking angry with the KP for that. I tell them every year, every single KP that comes, if you see these knives, any of the knives that don't look like fucking bread knives, because we have one knife at the Winky Pro, that fucking bread knife. If it's not that bread knife, don't put it through the fucking dishwasher. But can't win with them. Lovely chef knife, great, absolutely brilliant. One of my first knives I got, and it's been with me for quite a while now. What is it? When did he get it for me? 2018, 2017? Been chefing for 3-4 years now. Absolutely brilliant knife, lovely handle, straight down edge, straight edge, allows you to get it real down on the board, and it's not a thin blade as well. That's the thing about this knife here, it's quite a thick blade. This blade isn't as, it's just as thick, and it's a longer knife, so it's really, you can really be quite forceful with it. Obviously you don't want to go frozen meat or bone, but it's still brilliant, lovely knife. And then next is the most recent one that my father has given me. This is a very old knife. This is my age. It's 20 years old. It's a cleaver, Taiwanese made actually, not Japanese. He got in Taiwan. Unfortunately, it's struggling to focus on my very reflective knife. It's absolutely brilliant. Yeah, this camera's much better at the close-ups. Yeah, cleaver, very popular in the sort of Japan. They like to use big, thick, long knives like this for veg cutting, because it allows them to get proper chopping movements and then scoop it up, put it in a bowl. I've not used it yet. It's seen extensive use, because my dad used to be a butcher before he worked for Tesco. And then finally, last on the list is the pride and joy of my collection, the most expensive knife of my collection. Bear in mind, this is like 50 quid. That was 40 quid, that was 30 quid. That one was free, but it's 30 quid on the website. Yep, that free, that free, that free. This is a 50 quid knife. I don't know about that one. I don't know about this one. This one is my pride and my joy. I bought it from a London-based Japanese shop called Kataba. Absolutely beautiful knife. It's the, get ready for this, SHIGEKI Tanaka VG10 steel 17 layer Damascus petty knife with a wine red handle. Absolutely beautiful knife. Razor sharp. I've slightly damaged. You'll never be able to see it. The tip is ever like millimeters bent. Beautiful engravings of the guy who made it. Absolute class work. Come on. You know you want to focus, mate, you little shit. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful knife. 17 layer Damascus. And the thing about this knife that I really like is that the angle of attack that you can get. Bear in mind, it's all for chefing. The angle of attack that you can get with the blade, the way that it curves down this way. It was a risky move buying it off the internet. I know it's always risky. You should always go look at it, hold it in your hands, have a feel for it. And you know what? I'm glad I bought it. It cost a lot. It was £155. A big, very expensive knife, very beautiful knife. And it's my second oldest knife. I treated myself to it in the start of summer this year. I thought, you know what, yeah, this is something I want to buy, a petty knife. Looked and looked, and this is the one I want. It's really comfy. You can really get, it's not as comfy as some of these bigger knives because of the notch at the bottom. My finger, I have quite big hands for a little guy that I am, and my finger often gets caught, but I've adjusted like this, holding it, gripping like this, as opposed to underneath it, grip it. And you can, with the petty knife, you do it for finer cuts of meat, herbs and stuff. So I cut a lot of spring onion, unfortunately, and that's what it sees its most of its use. But outside of that, at uni when I do a bit of cooking, it's lovely. It's an absolutely beautiful piece of steel. Yeah, that was basically it. My next item to get will be a new chef knife. As much as this one is lovely and brilliant, I want a nice fancy chef knife, and that's my treat for next summer. I'm not going to buy one now. There's no point. I don't use the chef knife outside of work ever. It's the least used knife now it's going to be the least used knife now that I'm not at work and at the summer. In the summer I use it a lot because I do a lot of cutting of meat, and it's brilliant to have that on the board. It's like throw the meat on the board, cut, throw it on the grill, done. I'm going to buy I'm going to buy another knife from Kataba because beautiful. I'm going to buy a Giotto. That's what the aim is, to buy a Giotto. And I'm going to look for one of the rounded handled sort of things, because I do like that handle style for this one has, but I think I prefer the rounded styled handle. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, so this is my little bit of a passion, my little collection of knives. I thought I'd show you. I know it's not technology and all that, but it's something I am very passionate about, and I want to share my passions online, on YouTube, whatnot. And I don't upload much, I'm not a big channel, but this is one way of expressing my passion. Knife collecting, yeah, like a serial killer. Yeah, the case is lovely. But the canvas I'm a bit worried about, because this canvas is wax canvas. This one's just regular old canvas, but it's got leather trimmings as opposed to canvas trimmings. So I hope it holds out a bit nicely. And this one's held up really well. Though a teaser to next video, maybe, if I ever bother. Yeah, boy. I've got myself an RTX 3080 MSI from Supreme. Oh God. And if you want, guys, I can do a collect about my watches, because I like watches as well. Anyways, guys, that was a short video that I just quickly did. I will drop the links for the main knives, the Kataba ones and the Pro Cook ones, in the description below, so that if you like them, what you've seen, I will show you, so you can look for yourselves and possibly buy one yourselves. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Leave a like down below, subscribe, I hope I'll edit this video at some point. Thank you, boys.